All right, let's talk about the paperclip. You see them everywhere. They're scattered across our desks, kind of holding our lives together one stack of paper at a time. They seem so simple, right? So ordinary. But what if I told you that this humble little piece of bent wire holds a secret history, a story of invention, national pride, and unbelievable defiance?
Yep, it's a paperclip. But really look at it, because this tiny object, it's been a witness to history, it's been a symbol of unity, and it's even become a monument to millions. Its story is so much more complex and, honestly, profound than you could ever imagine.
And this is where the story gets really incredible. During World War II, the Nazis banned symbols of Norwegian patriotism, things like the king's monogram. So, in response, people started wearing paperclips. This simple office supply became a silent, powerful weapon of protest. It was their secret sign of solidarity.
And the connection goes even deeper if you look at the language itself. See, the Norwegian word for paperclips is binders. It literally means to bind together. So wearing one wasn't just some random act. It was this potent, public declaration that said, we are bound together. We are united.
So how in the world did this happen? How did a paperclip get so important? Well, to really get it, we have to go back to where it all started. And trust me, it's not the story you think you know.
So let's rewind the clock. We're going back to the late 19th century. The Industrial Revolution had created a total blizzard of paperwork, and offices everywhere were just desperate for a better way to keep it all organized.
Before the paperclip, you had pins. Just straight pins. And they were simple, they were cheap, and they were terrible. They'd poke permanent holes in important documents. They were made of iron, so they'd rust and leave stains. They'd tear the paper, and forget trying to push one through more than a few sheets. The world was practically crying out for a better solution.
And inventors tried to answer that call. The first patent for a bent wire clip came way back in 1867. But the design that would eventually conquer the world, that elegant, double-looped gem clip we all know today, that just sort of appeared in Britain in the 1870s. And here's the crazy part. It was never patented. In fact, the first patent even associated with it was for a machine to make it, which just proves the design was already a huge hit.
So why was the gem so wildly successful? Because it somehow nailed this surprisingly long checklist. I mean, think about it. A perfect paperclip has to do a lot of things right. It has to grip without tearing, store without tangling, be super cheap to make. The gem just did it all. But its success created this weird little vacuum in its history. A vacuum that was about to be filled by a national myth.
Okay, this is where the story builds this fascinating and, just to be clear, completely incorrect origin story that a lot of people, especially in Norway, believed for decades.
So meet Johan Valeyr. In 1901, this Norwegian patent clerk patented his own design for a paperclip. After the war, his story was rediscovered and he was hailed as a national hero, this unheralded genius who invented this iconic object. But there was a major flaw in his story and, well, in his design.
So here's the problem. Valey's design, that's the one on the left, it's missing that crucial second inner loop. And without that loop, there's no torsion, no springiness. It just didn't grip well, it was awkward to use, it was never even manufactured. Meanwhile, the gem clip, which, remember, already existed, was just better in every single way.
But the story of a Norwegian inventor was just too good to let go. Valeyr became a symbol of Norwegian ingenuity. And here is the absolute best part. The giant statue that was built in his honor and the postage stamp that was issued to celebrate his invention, they both show the superior gem clip, the one he didn't invent. You can't make this stuff up.
But the paperclip's journey as a symbol was far from over. Decades later, and on the other side of the world, its story of resistance would inspire a new generation to create one of the most powerful Holocaust memorials you can imagine.
6 million. It's a number that's so big, it's almost impossible to really truly comprehend. And that was the exact problem for a group of middle school students in a really small town in Tennessee.
So in 1998, as part of a school project on the Holocaust, these students in Whitwell wanted to find a way to visualize the enormous scale of that tragedy. They decided they needed to collect something, some small object, to represent each and every one of the 6 million Jews who were murdered.
And their research led them right back to World War II Norway. They learned all about how Norwegians wore paperclips to bind themselves together in solidarity. And just like that, they had found their symbol. Each paperclip would represent a unique life, a single soul that had been lost. The project
It exploded. From this tiny town of less than 2,000 people, the call went out. Their goal was 6 million clips. You know how many they received? Over 30 million, from every single corner of the globe. And today, 11 million of those clips are housed inside an authentic German railcar, serving as a permanent, powerful memorial built one small clip at a time.
So the next time you pick up a paperclip, just remember it is so much more than a piece of bent wire. It's a whole story of engineering and myth and memory, all twisted together. I mean, it's an almost perfect piece of design that holds our papers. It became a secret symbol that held a nation's entire spirit together. It was the subject of a national myth that helped a country hold on to a story of pride. And then it became a monument that helps us hold on to the memory of millions.
As the engineer Henry Petrosky once wrote, the paperclip continues to challenge us with its elegance. Think about it. Despite being used for over a century, people are still trying to improve it. It just proves that even the simplest objects contain this endless, fascinating complexity.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other secrets are hiding in plain sight, right on your desk, or in your kitchen, or even in your pocket?
The paperclip. It's not just a fastener. It's a connector to our ideas, to our past, and to each other. It holds our papers, and, as it turns out, it holds our history too.